Hey guys, just gonna be heading out shortly for the Friday weekly at the Sauce. I'm actually ready a bit earlier than I planned, which is a 1 in a million thing for me. I'm usually chasing my ass last minute, as you know if you watch my videos, but yeah, but I just wanted to show off my hair. I've got it in a little hair band. I haven't worn it like this for a long time. And I put my makeup on, trying to make a bit of an effort. I don't know why, but I just kind of felt like it, so just wanted to show you all that first. So yeah, I'm gonna get going in a minute or so, well, about 20 minutes or something, and pick what location we're going for the weekly. And hopefully that Horman does its little shoopy de whoopy thing at the end like it did a couple of weeks ago, because that was awesome, and that was a Friday test, so here's hoping it's a good one, guys, if it even goes off at all. It's the awesome driver training class. Right, I'm just going to stand here and pretend that I'm waiting on the bus and talk in this English accent for some reason. Yeah, I'll try and spin around every so often, you know, I'll give you a different view, but I gotta be well, you know the drill. We're gonna be discreet in the street, yes. I'm a bit delirious, I must say. One of the side streets that I have to cut through to get here the quick way from my house, there is this humongous, and I mean humongous, black Alsatian type dog. And I don't know, it must be a hybrid between an Alsatian and Mowgli's dad from the Jungle Book. Remember that wolf, that king of the wolves that raised Mowgli before Bagheera took him? Yeah? This thing must be hybrided with that, or Wolverine, because imagine the biggest, fattest Alsatian you've ever seen. Hairiest, biggest, fattest Alsatian. It waits till you're past the middle of the gate, appears out of nowhere, and just decides to growl and bark at you with the most deepest, ferocious, scary bark you can imagine a big, scary, hairy dog would do. And me, already being scared of dogs, was severely startled, as I always am when the fucker does it, to the point I was out in the middle of the road. Now, if that's an old person who's frail, or a child that's walking past, a small child or anyone, and that dog does that and startles them to the point they get really injured, which could really happen, then, you know, you should really be more careful with how they let the dog roam around like that. You know, I know it's trying to protect and defend its house and alert its owners when anybody walks past, I get that. You know, it's good to have a loyal pet, but not when it's potentially going to kill someone. You know, either by means of heart failure or mauled to death. Take your pick. But yeah, I mean, if I wasn't awake before, I am now. There's nothing like a vicious Alsatian attempt murder to wake you up, you know. But here we go, all the traffic's picking up now because the sirens are ready to go off. Always the same, we can bet our last brown penny full of rust in my purse that's always going to happen here. Everybody driving past has seen me talking to thin air because I'm holding the phone down at my tummy. This is what I was saying last night to my friend, how I attract unwanted attention to myself because I act quite anxious and unintentionally suspicious. This is why. This is why I attract the unwanted attention. If I'm not going around in a dazed frenzy, I'm holding my phone down at my abdomen and talking to thin air. Well, I'm talking to you guys, but the guys here don't know that, do they? They probably do. They probably are onto me by now. They must have seen my videos. Someone that works here, at least one person. This road was quiet-ish, until about 3 minutes ago, when we started seeing all that traffic. They need to shut this road while the test is going off. That should be a rule. Come on, Orman. Hurry up and start before the traffic drowns you out. Come on. Well, it's quiet. Please! I'm stood here like a twat and it's not going off. It's not going off. Oh great. Now we won't hear it when it does go off because of that. And just like that, as soon as it stops, the road goes empty again. I am freaking sick of this happening. I really am. I know I joke about it, but I'm literally really fed up with this. It's boiling my piss to the point it's beyond lava at this point. Let's hope it does something else. At least we got that alarm thingy at the beginning. Not that we could hear it. As I was saying though, at least one person that works here must have seen my videos by now, and they must know what I'm up to. You know. I say I'm being discreet, but not when I'm advertising what I'm doing in the video. That's cool though, isn't it? The way the sun's coming up, the steam's coming up under the sun like that. Yeah, and this isn't doing anything else, is it? I don't know whether I should stop filming, because if I would have stopped filming 2 weeks ago, I would have missed it doing that wee hijink thing at Fluke it did at the end, but I really don't think it's going to do that. Every test is different every week, you know. I mean, it never did alert this time, did it? It did pulse, alert, and then that whoop the last time. It just did pulse and that alarm at the start. But yeah, I think, yeah, we're not getting any better than this, guys, today, unfortunately. Great. That was really worth almost getting eaten by Satan's dog, wasn't it? Oh, there's a bit of flamage for you. And by the way, they turned the other flame over there off, which I knew they would. I knew they would right before I left the house. Always the same. Couldn't even get that. Right guys, I'm gonna head back home or somewhere else. I'm not really sure at this point, but I hope you heard some of that, something of that. No. Yeah, we'll try again on Monday. We'll try again, like we always do, sometimes. Well, here's a bit of a Horman. that I'm not allowed to film properly either, to try and make up our losses at Ineos. Why do I bother, honestly? Look at this broken ice. It literally looks like shards of glass everywhere, but it's just ice. Awesome. Oh Christ. Oh no. Oh God. Oh, I thought I wasn't making it across there. Oh dear, we got more. It's not as bad this. Oh Jesus, that's even slidier. Bloody hell. The gritters pick and choose where they want to go, eh? Certainly not being round here. H. Christ in it. Oh yeah, I'm heading home now, so I'll put the last wee vloggy part of the video when I get home. Yeah, it's one of them days, one of them you can physically hear your will to live escaping out of your mouth kind of days, you know. Oh, anyway, Ineos, hello. I just almost got ran over. The bloody will to live nearly literally escaped me there. Christ in it. Right guys, this time, see you when I get home. If I get there alive. I made it home alive. Only just. Seriously, I was mentally and physically drained, struggling. I usually like to walk. I was actually struggling. I just couldn't wait to get home. The fact I haven't slept in 48 hours probably didn't help. Heightening my anxiety and stuff. The fact I haven't been out very much lately due to my anxiety and probably didn't help, but it's a catch-22 because if you it's the anxiety that's keeping me in, but at the same time keeping me in makes it worse when I do try and go back out again. It's like the longer you're in the comfort zone, then you have to go back out into the real world. It makes all the fear more pronounced, shall we say, and it makes me on my guard as much as that bloody devil dog was today. Jesus, honestly, you should see this thing. It's a beautiful, magnificent creature, like all ferocious creatures usually are, but I was actually tempted to walk past the garden again on the way home just to let you hear and see it, but I didn't want to film the people's house or their animal without their consent, you know, to plaster it all over the internet, just in case they did see it, if they look up local stuff on YouTube or whatever. So yeah, I didn't bother, but God, like I said, that is from the kennels of hell. That is a demon dog if ever. It is blacker than the blackest night, and the noise it makes, the growl, and I couldn't even try and mimic it. Jesus, it's so on its guard and protective, and flight or fight kicks in with it, and that's exactly the same with me. I have exactly the same reaction when I see it, only I'm in a human form, but and that's the same way I am with anything. That's how all these trivial things get to me even more when my anxiety's heightened, and especially when things go wrong, like the bloody traffic. That was genuine anger and frustration when I was with that bloody traffic in that clip. I was ready to blow my top. But what it was with the dog was what I was trying to say earlier. I can probably explain it a bit more. I was going to say coherently, but clearly not. A bit more rationally. Yeah, I was worried because I have a fear of dogs anyway, so that immediately rationalises everything even worse when I have the spawn of Satan trying to rip the soul out of my flesh. But I'm quick and agile enough to jump away from it, albeit jump to it into the middle of the road, but it's a quiet cul-de-sac. But my main concern went to imagine if that was an old frail woman with one of them walkers. You know, one of the women that's bent over in the walk with a little frame, or an old man. And that jumped at them like that, and it startled them to such a point they fell over, because they wouldn't have the agility and the balance like I do to jump at the way in time if they were old and frail. And if they just startled and they fell over, like you see old people in videos and that, they fall over and hurt themselves and they smacked their head on the curb, or if it was a young child that got so scared it jumped out on the road like I did. But maybe you never know, cars can just appear and a car came and hit it or run it over. Pretty much like my light just fell over. Yes, that's exactly the point that I was trying to make. That could easily be an old person or a child if this dog scared them the way it scared me. So, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that it does that with. Maybe I am, I wouldn't be surprised. Human dartboard, but nah. Obviously it does it with anyone that walks past. It's just trying to protect its owners and its house. It's, like I say, it's like an animal version of me. It's on its guard constantly, but it's putting other people at risk of heart failure, if nothing else. Because it's just this thin little gate, you know, one of them gates that goes over a driveway, 2 little iron gates, and it jumps up and the gate wobbles, and it could easily, with its strength, it must have some power on it. It's near the size of a bloody Shetland pony. It must have some power and strength, and it could easily get out that gate one day and accidentally maul, or even just landing on someone could really hurt them. So I know it's obviously trained to protect the house and the owners, but they could train it just to bark. That, you know, you get these owners that just let it run up and startle people and growl and bark at everyone. They could tame it back a wee bit just so as it could be aware, but not, you know, attempting to end people's lives, you know. Yeah, but that's, you know, this thing is out to kill. God help whatever postman or woman goes to that area. I would just be chucking things from the other end of the street through the window or in the garden. God, Jesus, that's what you call balls of steel. Whoever has to deliver anything to that house or go anywhere near that house. But yeah, I mean, there's a public path also in the front of the house, and I never see the dog out in the front. But imagine if it does, and it's, oh God. Like I say, there's been protective, and then there's been a killing machine. And I think this thing is a hybrid of both. Yeah, I just worry that someone innocent will get hurt, either startled by it or accidentally hurt by the animal itself, if it feels that threatened. Or if it gets out of that gate, you know. But that's all I was trying to say. Nothing against dogs or anything, although I do have an irrational fear of them. Xenophobia, and it's a real thing. I've had that most of my life. And when you're confronted by the spawn of Satan itself, that's about as fierce as it can get for someone who's scared of dogs. And this is the thing, most people just assume that the dog's gonna be friendly and that you've not to be scared. And most people assume that everybody loves the dogs, because most folk do, don't they? They got them, they love it when a dog comes up to them and plays with them. But me, I shit a brick, to put it quite. I just die, you know. It's that sinking feeling when your heart lands in your asshole. That's me, and your arsehole lands in your pants. But that's me, yes. And I've even had one woman before, when this woman had 8 dogs in Stirling Arcade one day when I was cutting through. They all went up to me, and me being in fear said, "Oh, I don't like dogs." And what I really meant to say was, I'm scared of them. It's not that I don't like them, I'm just scared of them. But I didn't say that. In my irrational moment, the fight and flight kicked in, and I just said, I don't like them. And she went, "Oh, well, I think that's pretty sad." You know, with a really horrible Karen sort of tone. And that's not what I meant at all. But this is the thing, most people think you're going to love their dogs and they're offended if you don't. They don't realise that some people are actually scared of them, you know, because xenophobia is not something that's talked about that much. But yeah, it's a real thing, and I have it, and many other people do. And yeah, so that clears up that. But yeah, I mean, this thing is it's something else, a magnificent beast. But God. It's gonna kill someone one day. If it's not heart failure, that'll come before or after it's ripped the soul from your flesh. But yeah, I wasn't going back down there today. No. One attempt on my life was enough. Thank you. I'm sure there'll be many more mishaps to come this week because we have 3 siren tests to look forward to. The 2 weeklies and Carstairs time on Thursday. Don't we all love that monthly suicide mission? So I have an epic plan for it, but whether or not I can put that plan into play depends if my friend can come with me. If he can't, then I can't do it, but either way I won't say I'll get there, I'll say I'll do my best to get there, because I always do, and get a siren filmed, one of them. So we'll see which joys and chain reaction pitfalls, catch-22s, flight or fight situations we get into this week with the traffic and the demon dogs. Like I say, I used to cut the ranty segments out of my videos, but because I know people just like to get right to the point and hear the sirens, but it's actually really awkward and embarrassing, as I've said, trying to film down at Ineos and trying to film when you're out at all in general. So I go through all that and I'm thinking, hell no, I'm going to at least get something out of it. If I can at least show you and someone can get any form of entertainment, I don't know if you can call it that or whatever. But, you know, I go through all that shit, so I'm not going to cut it out anymore. And that's how the videos end up turning into these vlogs, which I don't do, but I'm seemingly doing all the time now. So that's a thing that I don't want to be a thing that's became a thing. So but yeah, as I say, I think the fact I haven't slept in 48 hours hasn't helped. I mean, I did try, but I couldn't, but I'm a bit tired now, so hopefully this time. But I just felt, as I say, drained coming home, mentally, physically drained when I was walking home earlier. I just couldn't wait to get home, and that's not like me. I usually love to stay out walking, but I'm just knacked. I'm just a wee bit burnt out, I think. So I couldn't even do my exercises today. And I am on a fitness journey, which I should start sharing at some point. Trying to gain some muscle. I don't have any fat on me to lose. I'm just trying to gain some muscle. That's the thing, I'm skinny, but my face has always been fat for some reason. I don't know why that is. But maybe when I get all buff and shit, my face will be in more proportion with my body. But I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I just get so frustrated when these things go wrong. I'm always anxious as it is as soon as I go out. It's like I'm setting myself up for failure. I think it's just so I won't be so disappointed when it goes wrong, but as you've seen earlier, I'm clearly disappointed, and that's when that slippery slope of doom starts. So I need to try and desensitise myself a bit, because it's my anxiety, as I say. That's what triggers it. I stay in because I'm not feeling very good mentally and physically. I stay in because of my anxiety mainly. But then when it comes to going back out, staying in, if you've stayed in too long, that actually makes it worse, because you've been in your comfort zone safe, and then you have to go back out into that real world again, and it's like dread, you know. And it just, as I say, it's constant. I'm like that dog, I'm constant on guard, you know, and the least wee thing just gets me going. And I need to stop that, because it attracts unwanted attention everywhere I go. And I was having a rant to my friend about that last night after an incident in M&S Food Hall, when I was subtly accused of trying to smuggle a 15p bag. You know, it's just the way I am. It's my anxiousness that sticks out a mile away, even when I try and control it. And then once I know people are noticing it, that heightens it, that makes it worse. And I'm not going to say it again, but ski slope all the way down. But until it gets to a point where I'm breaking my neck on black ice or getting nearly run over by cars, you know, it's really horrible. And as I say, Thunderchild is not an alter ego. It's not a character that I've created for YouTube like a lot of people do. It's just me. It's just me with like a stage name, if you like. It wasn't my original name in this channel. If you remember, people, a few of you will remember that's been here for the start. But it's the name that's stuck, and it's been through thick and thin with me, and it shall remain. I am the Thunderchild for life now. But that's me. It's not a character. It's not an alter ego. Nothing is staged. As I say, if anything, I used to cut all the raw ranty bits out of my videos so they wouldn't become vlogs, but I feel maybe more now, the more subs I get, maybe it's time to get to know me a bit more better. So, because even people that's known me for years, they aren't close to me, but they've known me, and even they're shocked to find out that I'm so different to how they thought. And it'll probably be the same for a lot of people on my channel. I think I said over Christmas I explained a wee bit about what I'm like. I'm quite very introverted. I'm not social because of my anxiety. I get paranoid about things. I have my OCDs. I don't go to clubs or pubs and socialise. I don't have a lot of friends. And when I do try and make an effort to have what you call a life or a good day, things like today happens, and as you know if you watch my videos, that's not the first or the last time that will happen. It'll probably happen 3 times this week. So, or at least twice, once. So that's what kind of makes me think, why bother making the effort? But then I feel guilty if I don't make the effort. So it's constant battles with your mind. And that's not a battle that's easily won, because you're battling yourself. It's never really won. So it's never ending. People don't see that when they look at me. They think I'm all bubbly because of how I come across with my colourful hair and my bright clothes and my demeanour, my friendly demeanour, but that's just me trying my best to be some kind of whatever normal is. That's not even the right word. But you know what I mean, that's just me trying to live as best I can. But usually it ends in disaster, so I suppose it's better than not making the effort at all, right? I've got to keep telling myself that it's better to try and fail than not to make the effort at all, but either way, if you try and fail, it's a lose, or if you don't try at all, it's a lose. So it's a lose-lose. I want to win for a change. I'm sick of losing. But yeah, like I say, all that crap you see, as you can probably tell, it's not scripted. It's just me and the shit that happens to me. And I'm just starting to show it more a bit now so you can get to know me and see beyond the demeanour, whatever demeanour it is that I give off that's totally wrong. So, but I wish my life was like my demeanour. I'll put it that way. But I'm trying. But I really am trying more than it might seem. But like I say, I don't mean for it to turn into these lengthy blogs, but at least I'm not staging it or scripting it like most. You know how you get some of these family channels, and you know, not all of them, but some of them are clearly faking it and scripting it, and they've got these millions of followers and subscribers and make millions of pounds from it, and I'm like, what is your secret? Because it's clearly not raw talent, you know, or a genuality. Is that even a word? Did I just create an awesome word? I don't know. But yeah, I don't do any of that stuff. Maybe that's why I'm not successful on YouTube or anywhere for that matter, because I don't fake it till I make it. I just keep trying till I make it, and I will keep trying. But yeah, what you see with me, it's all real, unfortunately. I really wished it wasn't. I wished it was a script and that I had an awesome, rich life like some of these other YouTubers, but unfortunately, no. No. Maybe one day. We live in hope. But, yeah, this has went on way longer than I thought, and I probably repeated myself on stuff about 10 times, I don't know. I'm so tired. And yet I bet I still won't get any sleep, but I'll try, so I am not. I am like one of them light bulbs that's flickering and struggling to stay alive, but you know it's just gonna fizzle out in the end. That's me right now. That's me all the time. So I'll leave it there, guys, and let's just hope and pray that we have something positive this week from these 3 major life events we have coming up. 3 suicide missions, more like. But we'll see what misadventures, ups and downs it brings us. I'll see you in the next video. It might be before Monday, I don't know. We shall see. I gotta go put this all together now so as I can upload it 12 hours late. Bye.